It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the new season of Quiz Kids. We're so glad to be back. And I'd like to introduce the first two teams to you now. First of all, we have our old friends, the Crystal Springs Uplands Griffins. And they are taking on another veteran team, the Sacred Heart Pret Gators. So let's chat a little bit with the Crystal Springs team. First of all, Emily Cohn. Hi, Emily. You're a senior. And for the last 4 years of high school, you've been involved in your theater program as the sound operator. Is it fun?
Yes, it is. It's really great.
What show are you working on now?
Sticks and Stones. It's a play about censorship. It's an originally Irish play. I don't believe it's been performed outside of Ireland before, so we're really excited.
Wow, that is exciting. I hope you have a great run. Greg Owen, you're also a senior. You've been playing for a few years with us now, and you've always also been involved with the Ragazzi Choir.
Yep.
So what's coming up for them now?
Well, we do a holiday concert series every year and lots of Christmas carols. And we have 3 performances coming up in December 4th, 5th, and 12th. And they're all over the peninsula, so if you live in either in San Francisco or in Palo Alto or in the middle San Mateo area, please come out and see us.
So you probably have a website and there'll be publicity and people should find the concert nearest to them.
Yep.
Good. Keep singing. Sam Packard, you're a junior. Juniors always have the hardest year, but you're trying to ease that a little bit with your participation on the tennis team.
Yep, that's right.
And you've been there for a couple of years. How's the team looking this year?
Pretty good, Brad.
Well, it's going to be a great season for you. I know it's going to be a great game. Let's play the collaboration round. You guys, this first round, you have a chance to pick up a quick 100 points. I'm going to ask you 7 questions. If you get all 7 answers correctly, you'll score 10 points per question plus a 30-point bonus. And you get to choose from 3 categories. The categories this week are State of Play, the Nth Degree, and Theo of Everything. What category do you want?
We're going with the Nth Degree.
The Nth Degree. All right, you guys. All these answers will have words which contain the letters NTH. Ready? First question. It's the study of the evolution of mankind.
Anthropology. Anthropology.
That's right. These cats are almost all black except for a pink one.
Panther. Panther.
That's right. The Minotaur lived here.
The Labyrinth.
Correct. It's the 2-word phrase T.S. Eliot used to describe April.
The cruelest month.
You got it. Currants, the fruit, are said to be named for this Greek city.
Corinth.
Right. In architecture, it's the base or platform upon which a column rests.
Plinth.
You got it. And finally, Siegfried disguises himself as this baron and helps him win Brunhilde as a bride.
This is in the Nibelung. What's the name of the guy? Wagner.
I need an answer.
Wagner.
It's Gunther, but you did very well. You scored 60 points. Let's give him a hand. And we will return to meet our other team after these messages. Welcome back. Let's say hello to the opposing team, the Sacred Heart Gators, and Robert Dunleavy. Robert, you're a senior, and you're halfway through the water polo season.
Yep.
And you play whole set. We might as well teach everybody something about this. So the whole set is like the center?
Yeah, it's the main position, like the center in basketball. You sit right in front of the goal, and you kind of wrestle with the whole set defender, and the offense tries to either get you the ball or shoot from up top.
Great. And how are you guys doing?
We're doing okay this year. I think our record's somewhere around 10-5.
Okay.
We had a big league match against Bellarmine last week, which we won, which was a big win.
Very, very good. Well, I hope the second half of the season is just as successful or more so. Sean Hamilton. Sean, this is your 4th season with Quiz Kids.
It is.
My gosh. Like you've grown up with us, Sean. And this is a very busy day for you all because right after this, you're all heading to the homecoming game.
Of course.
Who are you playing?
We're playing King's Academy.
King's Academy, and after you beat King's Academy,
Hopefully.
you're going to the homecoming dance, and you don't have a date.
I actually do.
You do? Yes. Oh, because we were going to change this to win a date with Sean Hamilton, so I...
Maybe next time.
Next time. Okay, so you have a date, and I'm sure she's happy that you mentioned that because otherwise there'd be problems tonight. Well, I hope you guys have a great evening.
Thank you.
Successful day. Matt Ferranti,
Yes.
senior as well. You already look dressed for leading some corporation. You look very successful already, and you should because you're the editor-in-chief of the paper.
One of them, yes.
One
There
of
are
the
three
papers.
us.
You put out many.
No. I'm saying I'm one of the editors-in-chief.
One of the editors-in-chief, right. And you put out a 12-page paper every
month.
Every
yes.
month. What is that? What's the latest challenge with that? I mean, journalism is, struggling.
Well, I mean, we have school students to write our stuff, so it's not like we have to worry about money. But, I mean, we
I'm
have
sure the
writers and
Chronicle
photographers.
is very jealous of you.
Yeah, maybe.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. And it's time to play. Gentlemen, you can choose between State of Play and Theo of Everything.
I think you're going to go with State of Play.
State of Play, all right. All the answers contain the name of a state. Your answer must include the name of a state. Harlan Sanders invented it at the Sanders Cafe in the town of Corbin.
I have no idea. The New York Bridge.
I need an answer.
New York.
New York. Let's go.
New York?
No, Colonel Harlan Sanders invented Kentucky Fried Chicken. Next, on this CBS series, Alex O'Loughlin reprises the role made famous by Jack Lord.
No idea. Give me something to say.
Don't know.
Arizona.
No, the show is called Hawaii Five-0. Next, this battle cry from the Spanish-American War referred to a sunken ship.
Maine.
Could you give me the whole answer?
Remember the Maine?
That's right. All right. She wrote To the Lighthouse and A Room of One's Own, and Don't Be Afraid of Her.
Virginia Woolf. Virginia Woolf.
Virginia Woolf is right. Hoagie Carmichael wrote the tune, Ray Charles sang it, and it was adopted as a state song in 1979.
Alaska. That's a late date.
You know?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh, Georgia, Georgia.
Okay.
No peace. Okay, Georgia on my mind. Paraguay was governed from 1947 through 2008 by this political party, even after the fall of dictator Alfredo Stroessner.
Let's go. Republicans. I have no idea. The Republicans.
The answer?
The Republicans.
The state is the Colorado Party. And your final answer is he wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, God.
How about that? Oh, Washington Irving.
Yeah.
Washington Irving?
That's right.
Okay.
And that leaves you with 30 points. Congratulations, gentlemen. Good play. We'll return for the three-for-all after these messages. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Before we return to our questions, I want to welcome and thank the coaches from both teams for all the support they've given their teams. First, from Crystal Springs Uplands, let's give a big hand to Wells Wadley. And from Sacred Heart, a big greeting to Kevin Morris. And now, back to our game, and we play a little round we call the three-for-all. Everyone's got a buzzer in their hands. All the questions in this round have 3 parts. Good luck to you. Here's the first toss-up question. Wade Giles and Hanyu Pinyin are transliteration systems for what language? Yes, Robert.
Mandarin.
I can accept that. It's Chinese. Here's your next question. The Hepburn system is commonly used for romanization of place names in what other Asian language? You can talk it over.
Cantonese.
Japanese.
Cantonese.
No, because it's Chinese.
Okay.
So it has to be different.
Sure.
Japanese?
That's right. Last question. Of the 3 Japanese scripts, which is used to write foreign names?
Probably hiragana.
Sure. Go ahead.
Hiragana?
It's katakana. You earn 20 points. Here's your next toss-up. King Midas received the golden touch from which god? Yes.
Dionysus.
That's right, Dionysus. Next, gold, along with purple and green, are the traditional colors of which New Orleans Bacchanalian festival?
Mardi Gras.
Correct for 20. And the final question. Carnival season in New Orleans ends on Mardi Gras, but begins on Twelfth Night, which is always which day in January?
The 12th.
January 12th.
January 6th. You earn 20 points. Here's the next toss-up. Jules Verne published Around the World in 80 Days in 1873. 16 years later in Yes, Robert?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Afraid not. 16 years later in 1889, which female reporter went around the world in 72 days?
Oh, I was reading about this recently.
I need an answer?
No answer.
Nellie Bly. Next. 5 U.S. states have panhandles. Which is the easternmost state with a panhandle? Sean?
Florida?
No. You can steal it?
Alaska.
Maryland. The easternmost state, yes.
It goes
Okay.
across the international table.
Yes. At some point in some world, it's east, yes. Which cabinet department seal includes an oil well, but also a windmill? Yes, Greg.
Department of Energy.
Correct. Everyone knows that the Secretary of State is the first cabinet secretary in the line of presidential succession. Which cabinet secretary is second?
Defense.
No, it's Treasury, but you earn 10 points. Next toss-up. Name the last English king to have been succeeded by his brother. It was Edward VIII. The flag of the District of Columbia is based on whose family coat of arms? Robert?
Washington.
Correct. For 20. Although Washington, D.C. has no representatives in Congress, it does carry how many electoral votes in presidential elections?
3.
Correct. For 40 points. Because the district sends no representatives to Congress, in 2000, the D.C. Department of Motor Vehicles began issuing license plates with what phrase?
U.S. government.
Yeah, U.S. government.
U.S. government?
Taxation without representation. You earn 20 points. Next toss-up. The elephant and donkey, as symbols of the two American political parties, are credited to which 19th century cartoonist? Greg.
Nast.
Thomas Nast. Which more ferocious animal did Nast use to symbolize New York's corrupt Tammany Hall?
Tiger.
That's 20. For 40 points. Nast also drew what feminine personification of the United States?
Lady Liberty. Oh, Rose of the River, really? I thought it was Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty.
No, it was Columbia. You earned 20 points. Here's your next toss-up. A line of soldiers standing side by side is a rank. What do we call a line of... Greg.
File.
Right. For 20 points, what feline name is given to a strike taken by rank-and-file union members without authorization of union officials?
Wildcat.
Wildcat.
Correct. For 40 points, what is the name for a situation in which an employer preempts a strike by refusing to allow employees to work?
Furlough.
A lockout. A furlough, oh dear. A lockout. Here's the next toss-up. What Confederate general married Martha Washington's great-granddaughter? Sean.
Lee.
That's the only Confederate general, isn't it? Yeah. For 20 points, the Custis Lee Mansion, once the home of Robert E. Lee, is now part of what military cemetery established during the Civil War?
Arlington?
Correct. For 40 points, Arlington is known as the final resting place of John F. Kennedy. What other U.S. president was buried in Arlington after having served as both president and Chief Justice of the Supreme Court?
Harding.
Your answer?
Harding?
That would be President Taft. Next toss-up. The first U.S. had 13 stripes when it was first created in 1777. How many stripes were on the U.S. flag during the war? Yes, Greg.
13.
Nope. How many stripes were on the U.S. flag during the War of 1812?
8.
15. There would have been more, it was later. Okay, next toss-up. After research found a color that showed up better on television, what pro sport changed the color of its balls from white to yellow-green in 19... Greg.
Tennis.
That's right. For 20 points, British field mice enjoy new homes courtesy of used tennis balls from what famous British tournament?
Wimbledon.
Right. For 40 points, a gift of tennis balls is portrayed as the final insult that reignites the 100 Years' War in what Shakespeare tragedy? Answer?
Henry V.
That is right for 40 points. Congratulations. Next toss-up. The name of what coffee-growing island is also slang for coffee?
Java.
Sam. That's right, for 20 points. The Java programming language was created at what Silicon Valley company recently acquired by Oracle?
Sun Microsystems.
That is right, for 40 points. This February, Oracle's Larry Ellison led a team to victory in what yacht race?
It's like starts with a C or something.
Answer?
No answer.
It was the America's Cup. You earned 20 points. Next toss-up. On March 5th, 1770, British troops fired on a mob of colonists and killed... Yes, Robert?
Lexington and Concord.
No. And killed 5 in what precursor to the Revolution?
The Boston Massacre.
Correct. For 20 points, one of those killed in the Boston Massacre had African ancestry. Name him.
Crispus Attucks.
For 40 points, in the 19th century, a monument to Attucks was placed in what Boston park?
Central Park.
Fenway.
The Boston... Yes, and he catches line drives. No, the Boston Common. Next question. A spiral ramp is the main display gallery in what New York City museum? Yes, Sean.
The Guggenheim?
Right. For 20 points, name the architect responsible for the design of the Guggenheim in New York.
Right. Right?
That's right. And finally, Frank Gehry designed a branch of the Guggenheim located in what Spanish city?
Bilbao.
Correct, for 40 points. Congratulations. Next toss-up. Who was within weeks of being ordained an Anglican clergyman when he impulsively took an unpaid post aboard a globe-circling ship? Yes, Greg.
Darwin.
Yes, for 20 points. What was the name of the ship on which Darwin traveled?
The HMS Beagle.
Right, for 40 points. Darwin's father was persuaded to allow his son to take the voyage by his brother-in-law, the heir to what British porcelain dynasty?
I have no idea. No answer.
Wedgwood. You earned 20 points. Albert Michelson invented what device that measures distance by the length of light waves? Robert.
Spectrometer.
I'm afraid not. You can steal.
Any guesses?
Light clock.
It's the interferometer. What common cause of stroke occurs when a blood clot forms? Yes, Robert?
Aneurysm.
No. When a blood clot forms inside and blocks a major brain artery.
No answer.
It's a thrombosis. Its waste product is oxygen. What is this biological process? Yes, Greg?
Photosynthesis.
Yes, for 20. Name the compound vital to photosynthesis that gives leaves their green color.
Chlorophyll.
Right, for 40 points. What is the name given to plants whose green leaves annually change color and fall off?
Deciduous. Deciduous.
Correct, for 40 points. And that is the end of the round, and our score now is 130 for Sacred Heart and 280 for Crystal Springs. We will return with the final round after these messages. Don't go away.
Tournament champions will win an all-expense-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
Welcome back. It's time for the final countdown round. Hands on your buzzers, teams. If you're the first to signal when I ask a question and give me the correct answer, you'll get 30 points. If you give me an incorrect answer, the other team will get a chance to steal those points. Let's put 3 minutes on the clock. The clock will start when I begin reading the first question. Good luck to both teams. Here we go. 6 months before the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote, Carrie Chapman Catt founded what league? Greg.
The League of Women Voters.
Correct. With over 800 species of animals, which American city zoo has the largest collection of... Yes, Robert.
San Diego.
Correct. Which Kansas City suburb is home to a presidential library? That's Independence, Missouri. Claiming it was the thinking center of the continent and therefore of the planet, Oliver Wendell Holmes often promoted what city in his writings? Sean.
Greenwich?
No, you can steal.
Paris.
Boston. A city in western Wisconsin is named for what originally Native American sport? Sean.
Lacrosse.
Correct. Name the northernmost state with South in its name. Yes, Greg.
South Dakota.
Correct. Name the southernmost state with North in its name. Robert.
North Carolina.
You got it. Name the only U.S. state whose flag proclaims it a republic. Sam.
California.
Correct. What spa in Meriwether County, Georgia was home to the Little White House? Warm Springs. L-DOPA is the most widely used treatment for what movement disorder characterized by muscle rigidity, slowing of physical movement, and tremor? Yes, Greg.
Parkinson's.
Right. What five-letter word means the body of laws and regulations made by or adopted by? Yes, Greg.
Codic. No.
No, I'm sorry. Made by or adopted by an ecclesiastical authority.
Canon.
Correct. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness begins what poem? Yes, Greg.
Howl.
Correct. Most of Shakespeare's Othello is set on which island? Greg?
Venice.
No. You can steal.
Ireland.
Crete.
Cyprus. Olympus Mons is the solar system's largest volcano. Sean?
Mars.
Right. In 2003, what New York town that shares its name with a German city was offered $15,000 to change its name to Veggieburg? Sean?
Berlin.
No, you can steal.
Hamburg.
Hamburg, right. Who appeared on David Letterman to say that one of the best things about being vice president is getting all the French fries the president can't get to? Sean?
Biden.
No.
Gore.
That's right. In 1973, Bill Gates held what position in Washington, typically held by teenagers nominated for the position by members of Congress? Greg?
Congressional page.
That is correct. Is that the end of the game? That is the end of, that is not the end of the game. We have 13 seconds to go. What word is Japanese for vinegared rice? Yes. Robert?
Sushi.
Right. Although they were the first to put player numbers on their uniforms, what Major League
Go
Baseball
to QuizKids.tv to meet our teams and to get tickets to see the show in person.
That is right. And that is the end of the game. Crystal Springs has won this game, but both teams will be back later this season to play again, and we hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.